I'm MissNJoy, and this is your 2025 mid-year message from Spirit. This will take you through the rest of the year. Of course, I will do some other readings before then, but the next time I do one of these for a specific message for Spirit from Spirit will be for the new year. And that was the last time that I did one around right before New Year's in December of 2024, but that was for the first half of 2025. So here we are. Last time I used healing crystals to indicate which reading would be which. I will not be doing that this time because I'm going to shuffle the cards as I go. I should have put, I'll go back and timestamp this at the beginning. I will be opening with the Dark Goddess cards, and that gives you a message that's a little bit harsh sometimes, but makes you very self-aware of yourself so that you can focus on your shadow work and self-healing and what you need to do for you. It's kind of like a harsh reality type of card sometimes, depending on the particular message. And then I will be using the Good Tarot to deliver your message from Spirit. And then I will be closing with a message to make you feel better afterward with the Journey of Love cards, which can speak to, these cards can be used for love, as in relationship love, or there are a lot of messages of self-love. It can be applied either way as well. So I'll be clarifying with Lisa Parker's Tarot Familiars, and that's going to be the general breakdown. If I feel that there is a need to add anything else in each additional message, I will do so at the time. Now that being said, I'm simply going to label them message 1, 2, and 3. And you can pick whichever number you feel is going to resonate with you. Just close your eyes and ask Spirit which one is for you. And you may even get led to more than one of these messages that may apply. All right, so, and each one will be time-stamped accordingly in the comments. Okay? All right, now that being said, we're going to call Spirit, and we will get on with your message. I will be shuffling each of these as we go along. I don't like the pick-a-pile styles that are done where when you tune into the read, they're already stacked and shuffled and laid out. I like for you to view your shuffling as we go. So that's how and why I am doing it in the format that I am. All right, so now that we've done our explanation, which I actually meant to do second, and I meant to do the invocation of Spirit first. So now we are going to do that. I'm going to timestamp the invocation of Spirit at 3:25. I'll do it at 3:20. All right, so invocation of Spirit at 3:20. And let us do that. Spirits of the ancestors, gods and goddesses, guardians and watchers, please be here to deliver a positive and accurate message for all of those who come seeking wisdom and knowledge of us this evening. Only the spirits that I call here and mean us the greatest and highest of good are welcome here. Please protect us from evil and negativity and guide us toward love and light, healing, prosperity, abundance, and clarity. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, China, my love. I got one of my favorite moderators. All my moderators are my favorite. That's why they're my mods. In the chat, we're doing a pick-a-pile. I've been promising it, and now I am delivering on said promise. So, all right. So we've called Spirit. I love my feathers. My mom worked at the zoo for a time, and she would collect the feathers, and she could tell me exactly what birds these came from. And I do know the largest one is actually one of the non-pretty feathers that comes from a peacock. and I cannot remember the rest of them, but she could tell you whose these are. I could not, but I was so touched that she collected them and kept them for years. And when I said I needed feathers, she gave them to me, and that means a great deal. All right, so like I said, we're going to start with the goddess card, then we'll pull your message with the good tarot, and then we will do follow up with the journey of love. So let's go ahead and timestamp message number 1 at 5:45 into the reading. All right, Spirit, let's pull a goddess card. Let's get a goddess card for the viewers choosing pile number 1. This is any message that you need to know. It could be anything. It could be advice. It could be a foreshadowing or prediction. It could be anything that you need to know, be aware of, or look out for. Anything that you need to strive for or change. It could be anything. It's whatever message Spirit needs you to see at the time you are seeing it. And even though I'm saying that it's for the second half of 25, it's technically timeless. So whenever you should run across it, it will apply to you. It will apply. And should it apply, then let it fly. If it's something you don't own, then leave it alone. Okay? All right. I'm not going to pull and read, pull and read. I'm going to pull, and then read. If that makes any sense. Because I want the cards to bend to the will of each other in spirit, and not me. I'll be pulling 6 good tarot cards, and of course you will get the overall energy from the bottom of the deck. Okay. And thank you, China, for popping in. Having fabulous energy is wonderful. You were here for the invocation, and that is great. She was right on time. Right on time. Good soul family and good friends are always right on time. Okay. All right. Okay, so as I said, this is for pile number 1, which was time stamped at 5:45. We are going to begin with your goddess card, and you have Gaia, creation. And I will sit that there. Actually, a little closer to the two. Can they look at that? Okay. Gaia, creation. Do you feel like you are, actually, let me put it. Do you feel like you are in the middle of a storm with chaos unleashing its fury all around you? Don't we all this year? Okay, it's all too easy to get sucked into the dramas and the traumas of those around you, whilst others seem to have such high expectations of you. So, as usual, you take care of their needs before considering your own. Time to take accountability of your life and put yourself first. Mother Gaia calls you to manifest all that you wish for your life to be and to take care of you. Understand how the elements weave through your daily life and take a good look at everything you have created thus far. That's right. Everything that is happening to you at this present moment has been created by your thoughts, words, actions, and feelings. Gaia reveals what lies beneath the surface and reminds you that you have the ability to create or destroy. It is your choice. The dark goddess advice that go along with this card are take what resonates, leave what does not. You are being distracted from your path. Time to focus on what is truly important to you. Be true to your beliefs and yourself. Don't give in to the demands of others. Set clear boundaries. Be responsible for your actions. Seize the day and create the life you want. Beautiful. Ooh, this is going to be a powerful message. Okay. All right. Let's see what the good tarot has for you. All right. We have the Fool card. The Two of Water, which is the Two of Cups in other decks. The Queen of Fire, which is the Queen of Wands in other decks. The Queen of Air, which is the Queen of Swords in other decks. The Nine of Cups, which is the Nine of Water in this deck. I said that was the other way around. And the Four of Earth, which is the Four of Coins in other decks. Why? I do appreciate the cut and dry, but I got space to fill here, Spirit, to have a message laid out as clearly and as plainly as this is effortless. I could have paused after the Gaia card and just said, hey, there's your message, because these cards are saying the exact same thing. But I'll read through the energies and take my time, and maybe that will give us some time. The overall energy is in alignment as well. So let's start there with the Ten of Earth, which is the Ten of Coins in other decks. So me as a reader, as readers all have the cards. They mean the same, and there are different kinds of readers. There are intuitive readers who don't care what the cards mean, and they go on how they feel and think. And then there are technical readers who really don't pay much attention to thoughts and feelings. They go technically on what the cards say. And then there are people who do both. I am one of the people who pretty much somewhat does both. And on top of that, I do possess other powers and skills, and my cards talk to me. Well, Spirit specifically talks to me through the cards. So for me, I have labeled in my collective the Ten of Earth, Ten of Coins, to be what I call the happily ever after card. And that's going to be as individual to each and every one of you as each and every one of you are. So your happily ever after may be being single with your chihuahua and traveling the world. Someone else's happily ever after may be the kid, the Great Dane or the Shepherd, the two kids, the minivan, the white picket fence, the house, and the husband or wife. So it may be career oriented. It may be, you may want to be rich and be able to buy with you. Everyone's happily ever after wears a different label and looks very differently. So whatever that is for you is what the 10 of earth or 10 of coins card represents. The Fool card. Let's start, and I'm just basically, because this message is so very cut and dry and beautifully, wonderfully, simply put, I'm going to read through each card and explain the meaning of them as it pertains to your message from Spirit here this evening. So we look at the Fool card, who's the first card in the deck of tarot. And the Fool card, it can, in some instances, talk about just being a damn fool, but not in this case. In this case, it talks about taking a chance, taking a risk, having faith, and just jumping without that safety net to catch you. Just going for it. Just a raw, intuitive going for the gusto and throwing all caution to the wind, because sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to take, and even if you are a Virgo or a Capricorn or someone of that nature, you can still, and you like organization and you don't like surprises, you can still take a calculated risk. Understood? You can still do your research and plan that risk so it's not so risky. So it's taking a chance, or, just kind of a stepping out on faith type of energy, because you do have to have that faith that Spirit is guiding you in the direction that you are meant to go, and that that they're going to catch you, that you're not going to fall flat on your face or on your arse. Okay? One of the major messages, we seem to have a theme here in our Soul Collective at MissNJoy's Tarot, that we have the lesson, as per se, that we follow year for year, every year. And this year, the message has been, what is for you shall be for you, and you shall have. And finding peace in that, which leads to several other things. If you think about it, and on a grand scale, it goes deeper into not questioning the path that is put before you or possibly taking away from you, because even a loss can lead you to a greater or better place. Things that are removed from us sometimes are done so because they're keeping us from something that is better or greater or meant for us. So it's also good to allow Spirit to clear things from our lives so that new and greater and better can come in. Now, that being said, you have to trust that whatever happens for the greater good. And you have to trust that Spirit is leading you in the right direction, even though it may be hard, even though it may be hurtful, and even though you may not understand. Okay? So, despite the sometimes you just have to say, what, Spirit? Do what? Okay, I'm going to trust you. Here I go. Okay? So that's your Fool card. Taking a leap of faith. Stepping out on faith. Accepting the road that's been put before you. Preparing for that journey. And just going for it. Because that's the direction Spirit is urging you to go. All right? All right. And they won't let you down. They won't let you fall if you just have that faith. Okay? All right. So now we're going to move on to the Two of Cups, the Two of Water in this particular deck. The Two of Cups talks about relationships, friendships. It can be romantic. It can be friendly. It could be business. It talks about a partnership or partnerships on a grand scale. Okay? So, and not only that, but the relationship, it can also account in times to the relationship with yourself, because you must also have a connection to the self as well. Going through life, you have to have a great relationship with yourself first, and know yourself and love yourself first before anyone else can do so. So you have to nurture those relationships, be them with yourselves or with other people, in order to really know what's worth your energy and your time, and to learn to value who values you. Because a lot of times, because the one thing that I do like about this particular Two of Water or Two of Cups is that it's the fish. And very similar to the Pisces symbol, where you've got the fish swimming in opposite directions, like that kind of, you know, and these are somewhat doing the same. You've got this one goldfish that's going this way and one that's going that way. And it creates a motion that almost appears like a yin and yang type of symbol. And that's a completion. And with the Two of Cups, that's the type of connection, partnership, or relationship that one needs to have in their life in order for anything to be successful around you. You cannot continuously, with the Two of Cups as well, there's symbolism there as well, because even in a Rider-Waite card or a card where there are two people and they're both holding cups, they both have a cup. And both cups are equally as full. So it is not my cup being full and your cup being empty and me consistently pouring into your cup and you not pouring into my cup in return. Or there are also those people who they have a full cup and they still want what's in your cup. And they still won't give you any of what they've got in their cup. Those are those, what's mine is yours. And what's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine type of people. Those are the people that we want to eliminate from our lives. Those are the me people and not the we people. The Two of Cups is a card that symbolizes that we are the we people, that I have a cup and you have a cup, and I'm going to make sure that your cup is adequately full, and you're going to make sure that my cup is adequately full, and it's a partnership. Or that even if you have half a cup and I have half a cup, we're going to combine those cups and together we shall be full. Okay? All right. So next we're moving on to the Queen of Fire. The Queen of Fire, and mind you, fire wands are cards of action. They're cards of movement. They're cards of, I like the depiction with the Queen of Fire in this particular deck because the heart chakra symbol is floating there in front of her. And that's a candle that she's holding. And the candle is illuminating, the flame is coming up to illuminate, my camera shaded, so it's coming up to illuminate, there's a little chakra symbol. I don't know if you can see, can't get that good of a picture of it. Let me see if I can get it. Still kind of can't see it. But trust me when I say that here is a chakra symbol, and that is the heart chakra symbol that is there. I like that fire, that flame is burning right there near her heart. The Queen of Fire is passionate. The Queen of Wands, the Queen of Fire. She's passionate, she's giving, she's loving, she's caring. She's the witch of the tarot card deck, and she is all doing and all knowing and all giving. If you look at the Rider-Waite version of a Queen of Wands, she has everything that the other cards have. She's got a sword with her. She's got a cup with her. There are animals around her. She's abundant. She's got it all. Okay? And that's the person that usually carries the brunt of the load. Wands are work, wands are action, wands are movement, fire is power. And when a lot of times when you're in need, the person that you go to is the Queen of Fire. The person that's going to get it done is the Queen of Fire. The person that's going to save you is the Queen of Fire. The person that's going to fight for you is the Queen of Fire. The person that's going to get it done is the Queen of Fire. The person that knows how to do it is the Queen of Fire. The person that's willing to do it, who said she'll do it and stick by your word, the person that will come through for you and rescue, that's the Queen of Fire. And a lot of us who are higher vibrational, who are givers, who are lovers, Not sure if China's still watching, but she always comes through as an Empress card when I read for her, her energy, because she's that's a loving, giving, nurturing, caring person. And it's wonderful to be that way. It's a gift, it's a blessing, it's a power, it's a strength. But that gift, that blessing, that power, and that strength can be overused, overgiven, and abused by others. And because are so passionate, and we love so hard, and we love so strong, and we care so much, we want to continue to care for others. We want to continue to do for others. We want to continue to help and give and make sure that the people in our lives that we love and surround us are good and are cared for. However, when you're doing that, you also must have and must make sure that there is someone to return that energy to you. Because a lot of times what happens is we love, we give, we care. We love, we give, we care. And people take, and they take, and they take, and no one gives back. And therefore you find yourself with a cup that's lacking. And when you need someone to help you refill your cup, when you need someone to help you with something, when you need someone to pour into you, to love you, to care for you, and be there for you, you find yourself sitting there with an empty cup. And no one is lined up to help you. And that's what we have to be careful of. Because that will take you into a bitter place, and it will take you out of your Queen of Fire energy. It'll take you out of your Queen of Fire energy, and when that's natural to you, that's something that you shouldn't have to let go of. You should be able to remain yourself and true to yourself, and not have the people who did not return the energy, who did not reciprocate the love and care that you gave. You need to find a way to not continue to give to that type of person, and use discernment as to who to give that energy to, and not let those people who are the takers take everything from you, because that's a part of who you are. Being a Queen of Fire, being an Empress, a lover, a giver, a doer, a carer, a nurturer. That's a positive quality. It's a strength. It's a power. And when the takers take you down, you cannot allow those people to take that from you, because that's a part of who you are, and it's a part of your gift. Okay? That being said, that leads us to the Queen of Air, the Queen of Swords, who in this deck, which I like, is holding an owl. She is holding an owl. What are owls? They are old and wise, as the Queen of Fire is. Okay, so the Queen of Air is. The Queen of Air is going to be the crone of your deck. She is wise. She was the Queen of Fire. She was the Queen of Fire most of her life. And that energy and that passion still burns within the Queen of Air, the Queen of Swords. However, she's learned to use it with discernment. She's learned not to allow her cup to be empty. She has learned to give from the overflow of her cup, which is how that we should give. When we have a cup that's full, we need to keep our cup full. If your cup is just full, then you don't have anything to give to anyone. You only have to give when you have an overflow or an excess of your cup. Do you understand? At no point are you supposed to give it of your cup if your cup is not overflowing. You need to be functioning with a full cup at all times. Now, when your cup is full and you're like, oh my God, it's going to flow over, then that's when you run around and be, hey, who needs some? What do you need? I got this. I got a lot of this. My cup is overflowing. Come on, let me give it to you. That's when you have to give. Where you're going to be able to give and it not leave your cup at a deficit. Okay? So by the time you've moved to the Queen of Air, Queen of Swords energy, you have reached that stage, or and some of you, you need to reach this stage where you're setting boundaries. You're setting boundaries, and you're telling people, I'm sorry. Or no, let me take it back. Let me take that back, because you're not. Like the song says, sorry, not sorry. You're not sorry. But I cannot, in no uncertain terms, no. I say it all the time. It's the littlest, biggest word and the shortest sentence. Because you can follow it up with a period or an exclamation point. Okay? No. No. I cannot. I cannot help you. I cannot give to you. Hey, Travis. Hey, Marie. Hello. I cannot help you. I cannot give to you. I do not have anything in my cup for you. All that I have in my cup right now is for me. Because, A, you earn what's in your cup. You worked to fill your cup. You did whatever you needed to do to have that full cup. You went to work today. You went to school today. You put in your work. You paid your dues. The blood, sweat, and tears is what is in your cup. And that's your blood, sweat, and tears. And under no circumstances are you obligated to give any of what is in your cup to anyone else unless you see fit and you have overflow. That being said, the Queen of Air Swords is setting boundaries. She's setting boundaries. She's saying no. She's asking questions. She's making sure that the energy will be worth the effort, worth the giving, appreciated, reciprocated, and not taken for granted. Because because you have those people that you've given to, you've poured into their cup, you've given them a few drops here, you've given them a few drops there, you've given them a little shot here or a little drink over there. And now they feel entitled that every time they see your cup, your nice full cup, they want to get some. They want a shot. Like what y'all heard with Snoop back in the day. He said everybody got their cups, but they ain't chipped in. Okay? You have a cup, but your eyes are where? Over here on my cup, in my cup. Now, what I can do for you is tell you how I filled my cup. I can help you learn how to fill your cup. I can help you learn how to do for yourself. I can teach you to fish, but I'm not going to continue to give you my fish. Come on and learn how to put this worm on this hook. Come on and learn how to read these tarot cards. Come on and learn how to do this word program, how to run Excel. Take your ass back to school. Get a job. Do what you need to do for you. I did what I need to do for me. And people feel entitled, like you owe them what you worked for. And you can't make that make sense to the Queen of Swords. She's like, no. I don't think so. Now we're going to move on to the Nine of Water. Now that we're in our Queen of Air, Queen of Swords energy, and we're setting healthy boundaries. And we're eliminating the people that and the thing, people, places, and things, all the nouns that no longer serve our greatest and highest of good. Once again, let me pull up what the queen over at House of Oshun, Miss Lulu, said, that you are either an asset or a liability, and you shall be treated. You need to eliminate people and treat them accordingly. If someone is an asset, they're a keeper. Keep them around. I got a little something for you. You're an asset. You're adding to my life. You're giving unto me. You're reciprocating. You add to my energy. Or you are a liability. You're taking. You're not giving. You're taking. You're depleting. You're robbing. You're hurting the situation. And you shall be eliminated. Eliminate all liability. And that's what the Queen of Swords does. And she does it with reverence. And she does it with fairness. And she does it wisely. And with power. So let's move into your 9 of water, 9 of cups. 9 of water, 9 of cups. That's the happiest you get all by yourself. All by myself. Okay? And that's the best you're going to do. That's your heart. That's your desires. That's your heart's desires. That's where you want to be. That's all your wants, your desires, your needs. What you worked for. What you worked for, what you wanted. I wanted my tiny house. For me, I got my tiny house. For me. You wanted your car. You got your car. You worked hard. You got your car. You know, whatever it is for you, those shoes. I've known people that, I'm going to get them shoes. My sister has a Jordan addiction. It is not new. She's had this addiction since middle school. Her and everyone fed into it. I have given her money. My mom has given her. My father used to send her. She had a daddy and a stepdaddy, bio and stepdaddy, and that's what you gave her. There was no question. When the new ones, we had her dad, her biological dad was in New York, like clockwork. He watched when the new Jordans were going out, coming up, went out to the city, got them, and shipped them to her from New York to Houston. Brand new J's, and she's got tiny feet, so she could buy kid size, and she's not expensive. She has a Jordan addiction. She can tell you what the number is on the side of the box and what color they are when you open it, and she has an outfit and wardrobe to match every darn pair. And so I've heard her say, I want those shoes. My next 2 checks go into those shoes. Okay? So you whatever it is, because we owe no one any explanations about what that 9 of cups is for us. Whatever it is you want. When people are like, well, why do you want? That's not your business. Well, I want what I want and need what I need. That's for me to know and for me to work for and for me to accomplish and acquire. The 9 of cups is your heart's desire. It's what you want. It's where you want to be. It's the places you want to go. It's the things you want to have. It's the things you want to see. The life you want to experience. The things you want to have. The joy that you want fulfilled. Whether it's everything or whether it's nothing. Because I don't want much. I just want my environment pretty. I just want to be able to go outside and sit in my beautiful garden and Zen garden and look at my beautiful lights and decorations and smoke a blunt and chill. That's what I want. And I want to be doing it peacefully. Just me and my little kitty cat. So the 9 of cups is just like the 10 of coins. It's what you want. For you, it's part of your happily ever after. It's your desires, just for you, and it's what makes you happy and what you're striving for and what satisfies you. It's your picture of the ideal piece of happiness, and you owe no one any explanations. And once you've acquired it, then we move on to the 4 of earth. The 4 of coins talks about holding on to something. It talks about being stingy, okay? It talks about keeping it tight, keeping it locked down in the Rider-Waite deck. It shows a man sitting on the steps, and he's got a coin on his head and a coin in his arms, and he's clutching it tight, and then he's got one under each foot, and he's like, nah, these are all my coins, and you're not getting my coins. These are mine. I worked for these coins. I earned these coins. These are mine, and you shall not have them. I will not give them away. And this is what this energy is about. Now, this may sound selfish, but it is not. It is not, because you are the queen of fire before you become the queen of air and move into the queen of four energy, okay? I mean the four of earth, four of coins energy. That means you worked hard. You put the blood, sweat, and tears that you had in your cup. You poured all that. You filled it multiple times with the blood, the sweat, and the tears. And you paid out with that cup. You hear me? It was like your supernatural money, your universal money, the money that Spirit has given you to accomplish and establish the things that you need in life. You paid for what you're holding on to in this four of coins, this four of earth, with your blood, sweat, and tears that you made in that cup to fill these 9 cups of the things that you want and desire here. And now your job is to hold on to them. Now, this could be anything and everything all at the same time for you individually. This could be your money, your time, your possessions, your love, your energy, your peace, your clarity, your sanity, your purpose, your health. All of these things, they're things that you put in blood, sweat, and tears for. And when you earn them, just like the speech I give you about peace, you fight to keep that peace, to earn that peace, to establish that peace. Once you have done so, you must fight to keep and maintain that peace. And that goes for everything else in your life. The Queen of Swords is not going to, being in that energy is not allowing people to come in and take away anything that's going to prevent you from getting to your 10 of earth, your 10 of coins, your happily ever after, whatever that looks like for you. Because if you keep pouring from your cup, you'll never get here. Because your cup will always be empty. You'll always be lacking something that you gave to somebody else who isn't going to come back and help refurbish you. Because what happens, you know the paper demo. Have you ever seen the paper demonstration? So this is you. This is you. This is, I ripped the paper in half, but let's say this is your complete you. So I need this. Okay, there you go. But then this person over here, they need that. But this person never brought you this piece back. So now you're giving to another person. And then that person came back, but they still never brought anything back to give. Then you see how your paper, you're getting smaller. And you're getting smaller. When you just had a full piece of paper. Now, you got people over here, and this happens as well. Whereas you poured into them, and now their cup is full, and they don't even answer their phone when you need. So you're sitting over here like, well, wait, I helped you. I helped you to get a full piece. I helped you to fill your cup. But what about putting back what I gave you from my cup? They can't do that. They can't do that now. Because now they used you to get to their 10 of coins, their happily ever after, And they're going to 4 coins. They're going to hold, this is mine. I got this. I did this. Yeah, I used you to get it, but that was part of what I had to do to get what I... And so now, I can't help you. Huh. God. Look at that. Wow. So underneath your 10 of coins from the bottom of the deck was your star card as well. And that's your destiny. That's your destiny. And that's also a message from Spirit in itself. It's a message my grandmother used to give me all the time because she was a nurse and I was her favorite grandchild. And I was spoiled. I was the first one. I was pretty. Had good hair. She loved me to pieces. And I got whatever I wanted. And when I got older, I had friends that didn't get whatever they wanted. And I would give them or lend them my clothes. I would give them or lend them my shoes. And my grandmother came one day and she said to me, I saw your friend and she had on the outfit I bought you. I was like, yeah, well, I lent it. My grandma tore me a whole new boudette. I bought you that outfit. I bought that outfit for you. I didn't buy that outfit for your friend. You get it back and stop lending out your things. I work to provide you with those things, not your friends. I know you feel sorry for them, but let their parents work and buy them those things. My intent is for you. My giving is to you. And that's the same message that Spirit wants you to hear, or that message would not have come through. What you are given, what Spirit blesses with God, Source, ancestors, the universe, your gods, your goddesses, your angels, your watchers, whoever you want to talk to or talk about or call upon, all the people I call at the beginning in the invocation of the video. Whatever they have given to you and provided unto you, they meant for you to have. And when it's to the point that you are supposed to give unto others, they'll show you how. And you have to trust in that. And that's why when it's time to have someone eliminated, you have to let Spirit do that. When it's time to when it's time for someone to come in that will be an asset, you have to allow for that. You have to let Spirit work in your life and listen in order to get to your 10 of Pentacles. And once they get you there, you got to hold on to it. Because they can't get you there if you keep giving it away. They're not going to keep filling your cup if you keep pouring it out onto other people. They're there. Your spirit team is there to look out for you. My grandmother's message was that I'm not their grandmother. I am yours. I was given to you. You chose me before you got here. And that's what I want you to have. All right, now let's move on and close out your portion number 1 of this message from Spirit, this beautiful message, with Across the Waters, number 23. Now, I have to say this about the journey of love. The messages are beautiful, but sometimes I don't get it in correlation to the message. But the person that I'm reading to always seems to get it. So I hope that goes here. I do not recall. Some of these I will look at it and I'll remember the gist of what it says. I do not recall this one. There are so many. This is a very large deck. There are quite a few cards here. So let us read here. Woo. This is a long one. Well, I said I wanted this one to be good, so all right. All right, now let's just read the oracle message. Okay. Across the waters. Hold on. Let me sippeth so that I do not cougheth. Okay, this oracle brings you a message. It is time to think about something different in a wait. It's time to think about something in a different light. Soon you will have a shift in perspective, and the feeling of overwhelm, stress, and just too much going on will be replaced with serene trust and peacefulness. Know that beneath even the most chaotic mind is a place of deep, quiet serenity within. Do whatever helps you dive deep to find it. Dance, take some rest, meditate, do yoga, write, paint, make love, make music. In that quiet serenity within, you'll be leaving unnecessary chaos behind, and you'll be presented with the gift of a new way forward. Okay? Okay. I like that one. That one made sense. All right? So it's time to look at life in a way that is beneficial to you. It's time to put yourself first. It's time to pour into yourself and keep yourself full. It's time to eliminate what no longer serves you. It's time to eliminate liability and acquire assets and hold on to those things. Okay? It's the season of you. All right. For those of you who chose message number 1, this has been your message. I love you. And we're going to, let me get reorganized. We are going to move into message number 2 at 51:30. Ooh. All right. That was long. All right. So, that was long. All right, let's go. It was a good message, though. That was a beautiful message. All right, so message number 1, we are going to begin with the Dark Goddess card. We're going to get your 6-card good tarot message. And then we're going to close out with a Journey of Love oracle card. All right, now mind you, as I said before, the Dark Goddess cards, they can be a little nippy. Sometimes not. The last one was beautiful. They're very, we call them the call you out cards. So this is kind of a tough love message sometimes to encourage you to do shadow work that may need to be done and let you know what your problem is. Okay? All right. And then we close up with the Journey of Love because it's more comforting and it'll pet you up a little bit after I done tore you down. Because this is MissNJoy's Tarot, and we are here for the real and the heal. Okay? All right. All right. And I'm going to pull. Then read. Not pull, read. If that makes sense. Oh no, the message wasn't that long. I forget I'm shuffling as well as we go. Whew. Hot flash. Oh. Whew. Telling you, the crone stage is kicking my bootate. Maiden mother crone. Ooh, for my maiden and mothers, prepare yourself, honey. You thought your cycle and childbearing was bad. Whew. Wait till you wake up in the middle of the night drowning in your own sweat. Down, down, down the road, down the witch's road. Down, down, down the road, down the witch's road. Looney Kid? I'm sorry, I sang. I know I can't sing. I know when I sing, you're coming. I'm sorry. Whenever I sing, my cat just gets right. She loves it. She just comes right. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Mommy loves you. I need you to go the other way. I'm reading the cards. Okay? Go on. Be a good familiar. All right, so we have your cards laid out. Let's go ahead and get into your Dark Goddess card. We have, ooh, yeah. Excuse me. Wow. This should be a good one. Pandora. Caro does the same thing? What in the world? Give me a second, y'all. I have... Hello? Cause I'm reading. Check YouTube. Bye. When your mother is, you have to check YouTube before you call your mama when she doesn't answer her phone. Little tarot cheering. And I'm thinking something's wrong because she called once, I didn't answer. Common sense would say. So you call back and I'm like, okay, maybe something's wrong. I don't want something to be wrong and I didn't answer. I'm trying to be professional and you. But I am not well. And so I understand her panic. So she's not. Her notifications aren't on. Turn your mommy's notifications on. Be a good child. All right. Pandora, curiosity. Let's find Pandora. That's my Pandora they call. That's Kelsey, because she would be the one. She'd be like, Mama, what's in the box? What's in the box? And the minute if I left a box and said, don't open this box, the minute I hit the door, Kelsey would open that box. She would be Pandora. Her and Taja would open the box. And Tori, which is the other twin, the first twin, she'd be like, Mommy said don't open the box. Okay, she told y'all don't open the box. And they would not listen to her. Okay? All right, so we have Pandora. Curiosity. You could be in the process of making a huge mistake if you go ahead. Woo. That started with a warning. Pause for a minute and take a good look at what it is you are really about to undertake. You must dig deeper and investigate thoroughly before you make a decision. Look to see what the outcome could be and what effects it could have on others, on you, and also on your future. You are gifted and talented with abilities, and so many opportunities have already and will continue to be presented to you. Sometimes, though, you see your gifts as a curse, rather like Pandora. Expectations from others and of yourself are hard to live up to, yet your ambitions propel you further and higher. You would be wise to heed the warnings of Pandora, who wishes you not to become a victim to temptation as she once did. So hope in your heart, so with hope in your heart, keep the lid firmly closed on tempting offers at this time before looking at your options. The pieces of advice that go along with this card are as follows. Take what you need and leave the rest. Luna, no. Luna, no. Thank you. Familiars. Make sure you know what you're getting. Here are your pieces of advice are as follows. Take what you need, leave the rest. Okay. Make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. Don't be sidelined by curiosity. Hope will pull you through. Face up to the consequences of your actions. Accountability, people. Investigate an offer that seems too good to be true. A surprise gift will arrive, and use your gifts and talents wisely. Alrighty. Curiosity. All right, let's get into your good tarot message. We have the Ace of Air, the Ace of Swords in other decks, the Nine of Fire, the Five of Fire, the Five of Wands in other decks, the Ten of Coins, Ten of Earth, and the Hermit card, numero 9, which is Virgo. But we're not looking at zodiacs here, just letting y'all know for educational purposes only. Okay, the Eight of Fire, which is the Eight of Wands in other decks, and the Six of Water, which is the Six of Cups, in other decks. Ooh, Give me a second to review. This is a wee bit scattered. Okay. Aha. The overall, if I could shoot you an overall for this, it would be to be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself about what you want so that you can actually move forward. Let me give an example. I have an ex. I am openly bisexual. I have an ex. It was the very first girl, we were young, so I'll say girl. We were in our early 20s. We were young adults. She was the first girl, and I was absolutely smitten with her. I was in love, as was she. However, she was afraid. We were in a small town, highly religious in the Bible Belt. Her parents were unaware that she even had any interest in girls whatsoever. So as far as you assume, because I can tell you as a parent, you have an inkling, possibly. Sometimes you might be shocked if your child comes out of the closet. Most of the times you suspected it, and you're not, even if you want to play like you are. Okay. A lot of times, most of the time, the people that know you the best are your parents. whether you want to claim it, admit it, or whatever the case may be. And she was really concerned about how her parents would feel, how the world would see her, and what other people would think. I am 50 years old now. We are 50 years old now. She has not changed. She still lives in a box of being afraid of who she truly is. And that has got to be an incredibly caged energy. I use this as an example to say that you have to be honest with yourself and true to yourself about what you want in life and who you are, and in order to achieve any sense of happiness. The 10 of Coins is what I refer to here at MissNJoy's Tarot as your happily ever after card. And that looks very different. I said the same thing in the first read. And that looks very different for each and every one of us. The happily ever after card may be the house, the kids, the car, the dog, the picket fence, the 9 to 5, 6-day work week, 5-day work week, and church on Sundays. That may be your happily ever after. Your happily ever after might be traveling with your dog, and or just one person, or just you and your spouse, and you go hiking or camping, or or traveling the world, or just you alone traveling the world, or just like me living in my tiny house, and when I want my beautiful yard and my garden, and just to enjoy peace and quiet with just myself and my cat. Everyone's happily ever after. Everyone's in the game is different. It is as individual as you are. But in order to achieve that, you have to be honest about what that is. You can't say, yeah, I want the happily ever after. I want the house, the kids, the dog, the car, the picket fence. And that's not really what you want. What you really want is another example, because a lot of people had an opinion, or have an opinion, about the Will Smith and Jada marriage. Okay? That woman didn't want to get married. She got pregnant, and they talked her, pressured her, pushed her into this marriage as if she had no options. And what did that lead to? A life of bitterness and unhappiness for everybody involved. She didn't stay true to her original self. And that's what led them to where they ended up. So the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Air, talks about honesty and truth. The 5 of Wands, the 5 of Fire, talks about a conflict, a battle, a struggle. And the 10 of Pentacles, it's your happily ever after. That's your end all, be all, sunshine and rainbows, happiness. So when you're not honest with yourself, when you're conflicted about what it is that you actually and truly want from your 10 of Pentacles energy in your happily ever after, then how are you actually going to be happy? You're not. You're going to be faking it, and you're never going to make it. The Hermit card, it resonates as well with the other 9s in the deck. Well, at least we're not going to talk about the 9 of Swords here. We're going to talk about the 9 of Pentacles, which is individual abundance and happiness and stability and strength. The 9 of Pentacles, in the depiction of the 9 of Pentacles, she is beautiful. She is fabulous. She is surrounded by lush gardens, and she's in a wealthy, beautiful robe, and she's dressed to the nines, and she's got beautiful, familiar companions with her, and she is just abundant and happy and peaceful. And the 9 of Cups, that's about all your desires, all your wants, all your fulfillment, your emotional fulfillment and happiness and satisfaction. All of the love that you can get unto yourself, for yourself, and by yourself. And the Hermit card happens to be number 9. The Hermit is also the most intelligent individual in the deck. He's the miser. He's the wise one. It also talks about introspection, self-reflection, doing your shadow work, and figuring out who you are, doing that deep dive, getting into yourself, knowing the truth about yourself at the very core of who you are. And then the Eight of Wands, fire, wands, their action, their movement. The Eight of Wands, the Eight of Fire, it's forward movement, forward action, taking action, getting out there, making it happen, and moving forward. And the Six of Cups talks about the past. It talks about the things that are behind you and that should be put behind you, that you need to move on from. The things that are, it's nostalgia. It's holding on to things that no longer serve you, possibly. There are things that you used to love and will always have a love for, within fairness, because love doesn't just die. It can transform into some other things. Because, you know, it's a thin line between love and hate. Okay? So, and you can't truly hate someone unless once you love them. The people we hate most are people that we once loved the absolute most. Because if I don't love you, you can't even spark an emotion within me, be hate or otherwise. Okay, so there are things that we loved and that we can continue to have love for those things, but we also have to learn how to take what we need from those past situations and move forward to become our best selves. Okay, and I think that it's great. I wanted to clarify that, to double down on that message coming from the Six of Cups, so that some of you don't think I'm telling you go back. Or trying to pull, I hate when y'all do that. Well, doesn't the Six of Cups mean no? This is my read, this is my energy, these are my spirits. I'll tell you what the fuck it means. And take it as I said. Don't try to read your own cards in my house. Because on the bottom of the deck, you got the Star card. That's your destiny. Destiny, where the universe is sending you your path. Okay. So, your Six of Cups, which talks about those things from the past, those emotions from the past, those people, those loves, those situations from the past, is being clarified by the Emperor card and then the Ace of Pentacles, which means that you need to take the things from your past that made you, because you can't let them, you can let them go, but you must take from them what they were meant to give you. You're not meant to hold on to everything from the past. And just because you had to let something go, or a situation didn't end in the best way or didn't work out the way you wanted it to, there are still things that you need to retain from it. The lessons, it's not a loss. When I say take that L, I meant take that lesson, not take that loss. It's not a loss, it's a lesson. So you take that lesson that you learned. You take that love that you benefited from at the time, because it built you. It's what grew you. It's what helped you to become the emperor that you are, the strong, solid person, Ace of Pentacles, that you are. But at the same time, you have still got to move forward, and you have to allow those things to be left where they were, because they no longer serve you. So you have to embrace all that you are, all that you have, in order to be all that you can be. Being in denial about who you are, what you want, and what you know is truly meant for you, and what you know is truly not meant for you, are the truths, Ace of Swords, Ace of Air, that you're having conflict with, that are preventing you from getting to your happily ever after. We all make mistakes. We've all opened the box we knew we weren't supposed to open. We've all taken that person back that we knew we weren't supposed to take back. We all have quit that job that we know we shouldn't have quit. We've all went that place that we know we shouldn't have gone. We've all said that thing that we know we shouldn't have said. We've all spent that money that we know we shouldn't have spent. We all make mistakes. We've all opened the box at one point or another in our lives. That doesn't mean that it was a total loss, because just as with Pandora, there was something quite valuable once all of the other evils of Luna. After all of the other evils of the box were released. Why are you scratching in my tarot card box? Bless your heart. She is so extra. When all of the other evils of the world were released, one thing was left at the bottom of the box. Y'all know the story. Come on now. It was hope. And along with hope, you must have faith. You have to have faith that whatever it is, whatever your Ten of Pentacles looks like, it's followed by the Hermit card. That's for you. Whatever your Ten of Pentacles is, you don't have to explain this Ten of Pentacles to anybody. This happily ever after, whatever that is for you, you don't have to explain this to anybody. You don't have to explain it to the aunts who keep asking you when you're getting married at Thanksgiving dinner. You don't have to explain it to the grandmother and the mother who are pressuring you for grandchildren. When are y'all going to have a baby? You don't have to explain it to the religious lady that keeps running across you in the grocery store and telling you that dating girls is an abomination. You don't have to justify your happily ever after to anyone else. And anybody who loved you before they found out what your happily ever after is, or anything else about you. There are people who have thought, there's a girl, we have the same name, and that's how we were so cool. Her name is, we have the same first name, spelled the exact same way, and it was so cute. We would say each other, hi, and we'd say our names and go on. And one day she just started acting weird. And so there's another friend, mutual friend, because we used to work together. And then I said, well, I asked her, and her name is like mine too, Joy, somewhat. And I was like, Joy, how come such and such started acting weird toward me? And she was like, well, somebody told her you were a witch. And now okay. You know what? Why would that affect her just saying, hey, and palling around with me when I go in the grocery store? I'm not gonna. I'm a good witch. I help people. I help people. That's what I'm here to do. I don't hurt people. I'm not malicious. I'm not evil. I'm not. Why would you allow that? And I'm fine with that. That person is not on a level or vibration to be a friend of mine, and I'm okay with that. Because I'm not for everybody, and anybody who doesn't need to be in my energy won't be. And I've come to terms with that. Therefore, I give no fucks. And that's how you have to be about your happily ever after. It's not anyone else's call. It's no one's place to judge you. It's no one. And if they don't like you after, they didn't like you for real in the first place, and they're not worth your time or your energy. You cannot allow anything external. Hermit card. You. This is about you. This is internal. This is the Ace of Wands. This is the Ace of Pentacles down here. Aces are either about you, or they're an offer or something given unto you from Spirit, which is still you and a part of you. The Hermit card. That's the card of solitude. That's the card of singularity. That's the card of, I have to do this. I have to work on this. I have to improve this. I have to learn this. I have to know this. This is an I card. The Hermit. Your 10 of Pentacles, your happily ever after, is about you and you only. And you have to start. You can't get to the 10, unless you start with the 1, the Ace. You have to start with your truth. You have to eliminate any conflict that you have within yourself about the truth. You have to, this is freedom. I have a lot of people who have left my life because they were hateful and jealous because I'm free. I sit here on social media and I care not who's watching. I am me. There's nothing about me I won't tell you. There's nothing about you I'm afraid to tell you. About me I'm afraid to tell you. I am openly bisexual. I have 5 children. I've had 2 bad relationships. I had a good relationship I should have done better and held on to. I have made mistakes. I will continue to make mistakes. I am not perfect. My happily ever after, I know what it looks like. I'm all for it. I'm ready for it. I don't care what you think. I don't care how you feel about me. I give no fucks. That's freedom. You can like it, you can not like it. It won't influence me. It will not hinder me or cause me to be conflicted enough to keep me from getting to my happily ever after. And that is freedom. I can live the way I want. I can be whoever I want. I can say whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. And I don't care who says what about it. And that's freedom. You're keeping yourself from your freedom, from your happiness, from your joy. You're holding on to things from the past that you shouldn't hold on to. And you're not allowing yourself the room and the freedom to grow. Embrace yourself. Embrace your gifts. Embrace your powers. Embrace your path. Embrace who you are. Embrace who you are not. Embrace who you want to be. And do everything you need to do. In order to do that, the Hermit card is also about your, like I said, your inner work, your inner reflection, your shadow work. The only person that can prevent you from being all that you need and want to be in order to achieve your happily ever after is you. You must eliminate this conflict that you have within yourself, the truths of yourself that are preventing you from being and doing and having your happily ever after. Message received, side-eyed. Let's get your journey of love card. Your life. You have to live it how you want, not for a bunch of other people. Because they're either happy or unhappy. And if they're happy, they'll tell you exactly what I just told you. And if they're unhappy, they'll tell you anything to keep you from achieving what they have yet not. All right. Your journey of love card is the light field. The light field. 63. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. 63, the light field. This oracle brings you guidance that you are connecting with a field of awareness that is real and that you are protected by light as you do so. It is confirming that there is nothing for you to fear and that those that have passed on or will pass on in the future will always be safely held in love. It is also confirmation that there are very real bonds that connect you to your loved ones, past, future, and present, that are beyond the confines of time and space. Okay? So there are your ancestors, your spirits, your gods, your goddesses, your guardians, and your watchers. They're up there working very hard so you can get to your Ten of Pentacles. And when you won't face your inner truths and do your shadow work and be true to yourself, they can't get you where you're trying to go or where they need you to go. So I need you to be aware of spirit, and self-aware, so that you can get to your Ten of Pentacles, your sunshine and rainbows, and your happily ever after. And that is message number 2. Thank you very much. I hope that's soaked in. All right, now, at 126, we are going to move into message number 2. Message number 2, and the last and final message of this evening. We are going to begin with your Dark Goddess card. And as I said before, the other two, the Dark Goddess cards are, we call them the Call You Out cards. They're kind of a what you need to shadow work on area of advice. They can be a little harsh. They've been pretty cool. They've been cool tonight. Nobody's gotten, we call them the Call You the Fuck Out cards. Nobody's gotten shredded. These, I guess Spirit is being gentle because it is a collective. I pulled them for some individuals that I was like, ooh, that card just sliced you. Anyway, no cuts tonight, no bleeding in the spiritual message, we hope. All right, so let's get your Dark Goddess card. Then we will pull your 6 good tarot cards. And then we will do a Journey of Love card to kind of pet you up a little bit after I beat you up and torn you down. Yes, ma'am, this is pile number 3. This is pile number 3. Whoa. Oh, somebody got shredded. She got a sword and everything. Nuba. Oh, let's put that there. I'm going to pull, then read, not pull, read. Okay. Thank you, China, for riding out with me and moderating. I know which pile was for me. I don't know if you've seen your pile yet, but I know which one was for me. This is the one you picked? Ooh. Let's see. You selected before you even started. I like that. Yeah. You'll see. I didn't read it. I don't know. I didn't say what it was out loud. I don't know if you caught it. You'll get it in a second. Hold on. It's coming. She got a sword and everything. She is ready for battle. The card is battle ready. Come on. All right, that's you. You go here. Okay. I like how that one just floated right on out. She said no, restack. Okay. Got it. Ah. Okay. Okay. And on the bottom of the deck, we got... Okay. I don't really want to look at that yet, but here we go. All right, now let's get the Journey of Love. Okay. Okay, that's right. All right, here we go. All right, so people, collective members who picked pile number 3. We have Nuba, denial. Denial. All right, so let's see who is riding the good river in Egypt. Who's on denial? Nuba. Okay. She said, yep, this is it. Excuse me. All right, I've sipped some tea. Let's go. Living in denial is not sustainable. Whether it is literally so, by starving yourself of food, or more figuratively, by closing yourself off to love or ignoring the truth about past events. Stopping yourself from experiencing life simply because it might have a bad outcome is to be stuck in a constant state of drought. Nothing has the opportunity to change for the better. And doing this to others is just plain cruel. Okay. What you give out will return to you tenfold. Nuba comes to you now with an offer to deprive this miserly behavior of all power. If you are willing, she can arrest the winds of torment in your life and dry up the flood of self-loathing. But do remember, like the sharpened sword she wields, there are two sides. You should cause suffering unto should you cause suffering unto others by withholding from them, the goddess will be quick to render you powerless until you relent and care for those you have hurt. All right, so the pieces of advice that go along with this card are as follows. Number 1, make peace with a family member. Number 2, express your love more often with a kiss, a hug, or tell people I love you. Number 3, take better care of your body. Number 4, drink more water every day. That's so general. Okay. Number 5, be generous with your time and rein in the excesses in your life. Okay. That wasn't, I don't feel, well, let's get into the cards. So the overall energy for your read is the 5 of air. And since this is all about you, that's going to be self-conflict. Now, I'd like to say that it's caught my attention that the card under this is the 2 of fire, which is the 2 of wands, which talks about being at a crossroads and needing to decide which direction to go. And then the 8 of coins. And then under that, the ace of coins. Okay? So this possibly may be career. Possibly. Let's see. Let's get into it. Okay. She said this was her reading. Yes, China did say that. The Empress, the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Fire, the Moon card. The Four of Water, or the Four of Cups. The King of Fire, the King of Wands. And the King of Air, the King of Swords. Okay, let me look for a minute. Let me hear for a minute. Ah. Oh. Yeah. It's on point. So, as I did in the second one, if I could sum this up in one statement, it would be emotions are not a light switch. There's no circuit breaker. Your heart is not a circuit breaker. You can't just turn it off. You can't just turn it off. You can't just shut off your feelings. It leads to imbalance. It leads to imbalance, people. The first read, in the first read, we talked about being a natural lover, giver, and nurturer, which is how the Emperor card comes through. See, there you go. There you go. China's in the chat. Of course we can. And that's why this is the number you picked. Now just hush and listen. Miss Empress card, because when I said this earlier, I mentioned that in the first read. I mentioned you. I said that when I read for you, you always come in the Empress energy, a loving, giving, caring, nurturing energy. The Empress energy it's the mom. It's the mom. It's the nurturing, loving, giving, caring, oh, my baby, what do you need type of energy. I got you. How can I help? How can mommy fix it? That's what moms, nurturers, that's what empresses do. That's what they do. They preside. If you're an emperor or an empress, you're a ruler. And to rule people, you can rule with an iron fist, but you must also rule with care and empathy. You can't have a starving kingdom. You must feed your people. You must nurture your people. You must care for your people. It is your job to see to their well-being. And that's what empresses do. It's a nurturing, it's a mothering, it's a giving, it's a loving energy. And when that energy is wronged, when it is hurt, when it is disturbed, you can want to shut it off. Ten of Wands, which talks about blocking, stopping, no more. So that being said, and the Moon card talks about feelings. That's your feelings. That's your emotions. That's how you feel. That's what's in your heart. Okay? The Four of Cups talks about, Four of Water down here talks about being unhappy, being unsatisfied. It's a card of unfulfillment. Inui, it's labeled in one of my decks. Not being fulfilled, being dissatisfied, unhappy with what's going on and with circumstances. It wasn't enough. It hasn't been enough. It's an unrequited energy. It's an I don't want that energy. It's a no more energy. It's a keep that over there energy. It's a I'm done with that energy. It's I'm not happy with that. That's not what I want. Yeah, you're trying to give. That's not what I want. And then the King of Fire and the King of Air. Now we'll get to those two in a minute. I want to address these four, and then we'll go here. But the King of Fire talks about passion and love, and the King of Air talks about expression and being solid and one-minded and determined and strong and knowing what you want. Okay, so we'll talk about those in a minute. But let's get back right now to the Empress, the Ten of Wands, the Moon card, and the Four of Cups. When you come through with an Empress energy, when an Empress energy is who you are and what you embody, there's no way out. I'm sorry, there is a way out of it, but you shouldn't. We can get hurt. We can be taken advantage of. We can be let down. We can be mistreated. We can be abused to the point where we don't want to be in the Empress energy anymore. That's why the Ten of Wands is here. We don't want to have feelings that people can hurt and trample on and take for granted anymore. We don't want to love someone to the point where we will do anything for them and to help them and to be there for them and to guide them. We don't want that to be that anymore. We see it because people take advantage and hurt you and cause pain there and don't appreciate it and don't reciprocate. And we get into an energy where we see it as a weakness. We see it as a curse. We see it as a setback. But it's not. It's so not. A loving, giving, caring, nurturing heart, it's a gift. It's a power. It's a strength. When that's who you are at the core, you have something that most people don't have. And I feel sorry for those people. I feel sorry for a person who doesn't care about anybody else or how they're doing or how they're feeling. I feel sorry for a person who can't understand another person's pain, who can't empathize, who doesn't have a loving, nurturing, caring bone in their body, who's selfish and stingy. Those people will never have anything good. They might have material things, but that's all they'll have. They'll be alone in their big pretty house with their big pretty car and their red bottom shoes or their jewelry and their clothes. And all they'll have is those clothes. Bitch, diamonds can't keep you warm at night. Cars don't cuddle with you. Unless you're that rude, creepy guy who has sex with his car. And anyway, moving forward. Normal circumstances, a car can't cuddle with you at night. So, where it's you may get to the point where because you are an Empress or you embody Empress energy, you see it, like I said, as a curse or something that you don't want to be anymore, but you can't. You can't turn. You are who is that? Who was that? Jay-Z? He said you are who you were when you got here. You are who you were when you got here. One of the things that we learned in psychology was that you can change. It's easy to change a habit or a behavior that you've chosen to take on or chosen to do or that's been inflicted upon you by circumstance. But when something is of a person's character or of a person's nature, it's a completely different thing. It is very, 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 very difficult and very, very, very rare that a person will change who they are. Have you ever heard of a serial killer being rehabilitated? Right. But a drug addict can get clean. You see what I'm saying? However, there are people who were born with a predisposition for addiction, and that makes it a little harder for them. So I think you get what I'm saying with that. When you are an Empress at the core, suppressing that energy, pushing that energy down, and trying not to be true to yourself and who you really are, is just going to torture you. It's going to torture you. It's going to hurt you. It's going to hold you back. It's going to hold you down. It's going to hinder your growth. It's going to have you stuck. And it's going to make you miserable. Because you're not being who you are. That's who God, Source, Spirit, and the universe put you here to be. They put you here to be an empress, to be a loving, giving, caring, nurturing person. And you can't just flip that off like a light switch and expect to still grow and progress and rise up vibrationally. I'll rise up. You can't rise. But standing behind the ten of fire, the 10 of wands, you can't rise. That's the quickest way to sink. That's the quickest way to drown. By not breathing. You're holding your breath. The core of who you are, your spirit, your soul that's inside of you, that wants to soar, the part of you that wants to love, that was born to love, that was born to give, that was born to nurture, that was born to care. If you suffocate that part of you, you will drown. You will suffocate. You will gasp for air until your lungs collapse. Now that leads us down here to the King of Fire and the King of Air. Now this is very similar to the message from the first group, where it's talking about taking control. It's just that you simply have to get more into your King of Swords energy of knowing who you are, knowing what you want, and grasping or creating, let me say creating, a way within yourself, doing your shadow work and figuring out how can I use the best discernment possible in order to learn how to and who to give my Empress energy to. I had to learn that. I said to myself, after I helped a certain person and they shit upon me, I'm never going to help anybody else. I'm never going to help anybody else. That's not the answer. The answer is to say, I'm going to be more careful. I'm going to be more discerning. I'm going to be more picky. I'm going to be more King of Sword-like about who I lend my passions and my Empress energy to. Who I give my energy to. Make sure, it's about making sure the person is worthy of your energy before giving it. Not cutting it off. Not turning the light switch off so nobody can see you when you're just sitting there in the dark. It's about maybe lighting a candle and looking around a little bit first and trying to see who's in this room. Okay, that person looks safe. Now let me turn the lights back on. It's about allowing a person or giving yourself time and space to figure out if a person is worthy of you turning that light switch on for. If a person is worthy of standing in your light. Or do you need to cut their ass off, King of Swords, and let them go? It's about learning who to let go in your energy, who to throw away and who to keep. Who serves your greatest and highest of good? Who is in alignment with the path that you have for yourself? Who is worthy? Who is worthy of your passion and your love and your grace and your fabulous Empress energy? Because everybody ain't worthy. And you have every given right to determine who is and who is not. And if you become in alignment with embracing your Empress energy and trusting in spirit and listening to your inner voice, and get you a good spiritual advisor like what? you can learn to determine, and Spirit will guide you toward the people that are worthy. It's not about what you give. It's about who you give it to. So don't just turn the light off and say, I'm never turning it back on. Just decide who's safe to stand in the light with you. And make them prove it. Because you're worth it. And anybody who is worthy of standing in the light with you will have no problem doing so. They will have no problem. They will see your light and they will say, wow, that's the most magnificent fucking light. What do I need to do to stand in that shit? And they'll listen. And they'll observe. And they'll do what's necessary. Without you having to beg. Without you having to plead, argue, fight, scream, holler, explain repeatedly. What shall be for you, you shall have. And you must trust in Spirit in order to allow yourself to be led and allow Spirit to lead those people to you. Because if you've turned the light off, how can anybody find you? If you're the lighthouse and Spirit's going to send you who you're supposed to have, you have to be a beacon. You have to keep that light on. They're going to crash right into the shore. They're going to hit the rocks. Your person is going to hit the rocks because you let somebody else aggravate you, hurt you, and piss you off to the point where you sitting in the lighthouse and you won't even turn the light on. Because y'all don't want to rescue nobody. Fuck them. Let all them bitches hit the rocks. Fuck it. You can't. Because one of those people out there is worth the saving. And you might not see that little boat on the horizon now, but it's out there. But if your light's not on, lighthouse, Empress, lighthouse, they won't find you sitting there in the dark. They will hit the rocks. And you'll be in that lighthouse by yourself in the dark. So stop being in denial. Let the Empress out from behind the Ten of Wands. Quit blocking her. She needs to be free. She needs to come out. She's who you are. You can't deny her forever. Turn the damn light on. All right. Let's do your Journey of Love card. I hope your message was well received. And I hope you got it. Get in your King of Swords energy. And like I said, anybody like Lulu over at House of Oshun said, people are either an asset or a liability. If a person is an asset, they need to show you that they're an asset. And then that's who you keep around. That's who you give your Empress energy to. And the liability people, you eliminate those at all costs. And have no shame in your game. But anybody who's worthy will have no problem. And it will be obvious that they are. It won't be a battle. It won't be a struggle. It won't be a fight. It'll be just as clear as the windows on the lighthouse. You will be able to see it clearly, and they will see you, and they will be led to the beautiful light, and you will shine it upon them, and they will be grateful, and you will be fulfilled. But you can't just turn off the part of you that is the core of you. If you get what I'm saying. Because you are who you were when you got here. And your character, every read that I've done for my moderator, China, she comes out as the Empress. And I know that she doesn't want that energy right now because it's brought her a lot of pain and heartache, betrayal, and mistreatment. But when she heals a little more, she's still got to turn that light back on because it's not going to just be stifled. It's got to come out because it's who she was when she got here. It's her character. It's your strength. It's not something to be stifled. It's not something to be denied. It's not something to be turned off. It's a blessing, it's a power, it's a strength. Just decide, be more discerning with who you allow onto the shores of your lighthouse. Stand on the shore with your sword. But when the one who is worthy comes, it'll be obvious. All right. Your Journey of Love card is Contemplation. Contemplation. Spirit said, think about it. Number 69. And isn't that interesting? Giggity, giggity. 69. Contemplation, all right? Let me sip it to the tea. All right. This oracle brings you an invitation to enter the mystery of your life and your being, to allow the biggest question you can summon to emerge from your heart and be expressed through love. Your question may emerge as clear and shining or soft and yielding. A question with no words, only feeling. Whatever truth emerges, let that be your contemplation. In response to that question, the next step forward will In response to that question, the next step forward will unfold before you, revealed in perfect clarity and in perfect timing. What did I just say? You will know. You'll know who to allow into your energy and who not. Okay. This oracle brings you a message from your own divine nature. What did I say? The core of you, your character, your own divine nature. Come and sit with me and breathe. I want to ask you something. I want you to ask me something. Together there is a conversation that we are to have now, and there will be a beautiful accord between us that overflows into all of your relationships, bringing more understanding and peace. That sent chills down my spine. This is this is equal give and take. I want to ask you something. I want you to ask me something. And together there is a conversation that we are to have now. And there will be a beautiful accord that between us that overflows into all of your relationships, bringing more understanding and peace. Whew. And that was a beautiful message to end this chat on, to end this stream on. I hope that all of the messages this evening found you well. I hope that you take the messages and advice that Spirit has given to you and apply them to the best way that the best way that you can to the rest of your years and the rest of your life. I hope that you do your shadow work. I want y'all to listen. If this message, if these messages resonated with you, I want you to refer back to them often. Listen to these messages over and over until they sink in, because these are the things that Spirit is urging you to do so that you can have a satisfying relationship with yourself and a satisfying life, and to be at peace, and to find your 10 of Pentacles, your sunshine and rainbows, your happily ever afters. Because you have to find yourself before you can find any of that. And you have to be true to yourself. Not just true to who other people think you to be, or who you think that you ought to be, but that is outside of your character. You have to be true to your true self and your true nature of you. You got to love yourself. You have to respect yourself. You have to live up to your truths. You have to answer your calling. You got to live the way you want to live and on your terms. You have to love the way you want to love and on your terms. You have to give the way you want to give and the way you're meant to give and the way you're meant to grow and thrive. And you have to be true to yourself. I love you all. This has been wonderful as always. For those of you watching live, I will be on to do questions in about 20 minutes or so. Thank you very much. I'm going to be getting some more content up as the days roll on. This was an awesome read, and it was my absolute pleasure. I love you all. Please take the time to click like, subscribe, join, and share. I do offer private and personal readings. I also do astrology readings and reports and consultations. All of the information about how to reach me and how to book and schedule services are in the channel, as well as links to my social media pages are in the channel and in the channel descriptions as well. In the video each video description and in the channel description as well. Thank you all very much. Please take the time to click like, subscribe, join, and share, and I will talk to you all soon. I love you all. I hope these messages find you well. Bye-bye. Thank you for riding out and moderating. Thank you, China. Love you.